Hey, what's up, boys? So, after looking at a couple of videos of the fall of self improvement, I asked myself a question. Why do people not like self improvement content? I'm not just going to be talking out of my ass. I actually did some research, so strap in, and we're going to be looking at the three reasons I found that people don't like self improvement content. Number one, the infinite treadmill. Now, the idea behind this is self improvement YouTubers and content creators and writers, these people publish books about self help and self improvement. They stretch out some very basic ideas in order to sell more books. This is summarized well by this comment. I'm just going to read it out for you guys. Self help is such a scam. Every self help book is a few simple ideas stretched out so thin to fit a couple of hundred pages. Well, they could have easily been summarized in 10. Here's the reason why I found people do this, right? A lot of these concepts are very simple, right? But you're not going to quit your job to make two self improvement videos or sell two self improvement books, right? You need a constant flow of money. Now, the problem this brings up is the way marketing works, the way they want to market their books and their videos is that this is the last video you're going to have to watch in order to get to a certain goal, in order to get to a certain place. Now they keep doing this, and the fact that they keep doing this, it hooks the readers, right? It hooks the people who are listening, and they watch for longer, and they watch every single video and read every single book, right? Because there's a rush of dopamine. There's dopamine receptors flaring and stuff like that. By the time people realize it, they end up resenting and hating self improvement for stretching out a couple of basic ideas. Let me give you an example. There's a book called The Life Changing Magic of Tidying Up. Here's one of the reviews I found. Most fluffed up book I've ever read. This is the most egregious example of someone taking a few pages of content and fluffing it out that I have ever seen. An example of this would be when a kid in junior high school has a book report due the next day but hasn't read any of the book, who skims a couple of chapters and writes up a 15-page report of fluffed up nonsense, but it's over 200 pages. Number two, misinformation and lack of research. Now, with this one, people feel like there's a lot of self improvement YouTubers and authors who do not have any idea of what they're talking about. I'm going to read you an example. There will always be unqualified players in industry with low barrier of entry. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has some course, a fitness course, a healing course, a dating course, whatever. But most of them don't know what they're talking about. I once took a pickup course by a coach in a big company. At that time, they were the top company in their field, and everyone talked about that coach. In one video, he said, if you don't try and take the girl home on the first date, she won't see you in the second. He turned me off right there and then. It's nonsense. These self improvement YouTubers and authors are accused of being people who do not have any research or have any type of experience of anything they're talking about, right? Of course, this isn't all of them, and I fall under that category too, right? A self improvement YouTuber, I'm not that anymore, but that's beside the point. People feel like because there's such a low barrier to entry, because all you need is a camera and a mic and that's all, right? They feel that there should be a certain level of accountability with this. Let's use the example he used, dating, right? A lot of these people have only gone on a handful of dates, right? And with that comes a problem. They feel like because they've had a handful of dates, they can go out there and they can tell another person what to do with their date, right? And this segues perfectly into the third point, which is it worked for me. This is summed up well by a certain comment that I came across. My personal doubts and distrust about self help content is often hidden in the assumption that what worked for one person will work for others. People are so individual that it's rather arrogant to think that one person's version of help will accomplish anything for anyone else. Let's use the example from the last point, dating. People assume that every single girl on the planet is the same, right? They assume that, oh, I'm going to give you a couple of tips that are going to work for every single girl you come across, right? And with this comes a couple of dangers, right? Because everyone's going to buy that book, everyone's going to buy that content. It's because of the marketing, right? The marketing basically says that you can go out there and you can date any girl you want. She could be a supermodel, she could be 10 out of 10. You can pick up any girl with these four simple tips, right? The problem with that is people from different countries, different people from different backgrounds are going to watch your video, right? It's like saying the girls from here, Kenya, Nairobi, are the same with the people from Amsterdam or the US or anywhere else, right? Giving them one prescribed, one size fits all type fix is, people assume that a girl from the US is the same as a girl from Africa. They don't value the same things. They don't have the same values. They don't have the same kind of traits, right? And that's why people hate self-improvement content. They assume that as prescribed fix, one size fits all fix helps everyone across the board. Now, me personally, what do I think about all of this? I think with the first point, the infinite treadmill, I would personally suggest, if you need self-improvement content, go for full guides instead of looking for small tidbits of information. Put in 5 or 6 minute videos. Look for long form videos that offer a lot of information, so you don't have to spend all of this time and risk getting addicted to this content. With the second one, I suggest looking for people who have a track record, right, of people actually getting help from their content, right? With the third one, it's a little bit trickier because not everyone has the same kind of characteristics or the same attributes, right? Not everyone has the same values. And with this, me personally, I believe that a person who preaches purpose is better than a person who gives you 5 tips to improve your life instantly. I believe that a person who they give you guidelines, they don't give you rules, basically. Now that's what I think. If I missed any of them, feel free to tell me about it in the comments. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.